I love these fabulous children's astrology books by Donna McGarry. They're delightful, whimsical, and entertaining. Visit zodiacs.com. Hello, fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2014, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month there is a very important full moon taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your career. And this is really going to define much of the month for you, where it comes to your life and especially where it comes to your professional life and your financial life as well. This particular full moon is speaking in harmony with power players in the sky, including Pluto and Saturn. I find this especially promising for you to make tangible progress where it comes to the direction in which you desire to go, what you believe is worth achieving in this life. Now, for some of you, this is going to be actual tangible progress in terms of your career. For others, this is going to play out a little bit more ephemerally where it comes to your life purpose, getting a clearer understanding on that and making changes as a result. Right now, we have Saturn moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with the work, the actual work that you're doing. How are you living your life? And when Saturn speaks with this particular full moon, it does ask you to ask yourself whether or not you are living in a way that actually supports those higher goals that you have. Are you living in a way that supports what you believe your life purpose is? And also, are you living in a way that's going to allow you to achieve those goals that you have? Now, because this is Saturn, you may be asking yourself, normally you may ask yourself these questions in a way that isn't very empowering, but because this conversation is so harmonious, it does suggest to me that you understand the connection and you're able to make the changes you need to in a way that feels very organic, that feels like it has a certain flow to it. We also have Pluto speaking in harmony with this particular full moon, and this really is the power punch. It's really making sure that you are effective, that you get to the core of what it is that you really want to change and actually affect change on that very deep level. It really is going to allow you to bring forward the very best of you. So if you are stepping forward into some sort of an interview situation, which could arise for a lot of you out there actually, now whether this is as part of a promotion, whether this is an interview situation that just has to do with putting yourself out there, being seen by more of the world, regardless, it does look like you really make a very solid impression, a really good impression, and you understand what you need to do to actually move in a direction that you want towards greater achievement, towards greater success as well. For those of you who are not so much looking at this from a perspective of impressing the right person or a higher up, this is going to be you really getting a very valuable insight, a very needed insight as well, a valuable and needed insight into just what it is that you can do to move your life in a very powerful direction, to propel your life powerfully forward as well. And it really is about what needs to change very deeply on a very deep level. So we've got right now Pluto moving through a part of the sky for you that is sort of its natural place to be, if you will. And so mini astrology lesson here. Astrologers like to look at the sky in terms of what we call houses. And every sign is sort of the natural ruler of a different house. Now for you, the natural ruling house of Pluto is exactly where Pluto is right now. And this has to do with, for astrology students out there, the 8th house, which is ultimately about, on the one hand, it has to do with having that penetrating vision, being able to understand where true power lies and behave from that place. But also on a very practical level, because that's sort of an esoteric understanding of this energy, on a very practical level, this is money. This is other people's money. This is passive income. This is commissions, grants, loans, bursaries, insurance payouts, benefits. And so the chance of you, if you're goal, if what it is that you choose to achieve right about now involves you needing to secure some sort of funding, then that becomes that much more likely for you. And the chance of you making the right connection or having an effective application, understanding what it is that you need to present in order to secure that funding, that is especially likely for you right now as you have a deeper understanding as to just what it is that you can do to help yourself move towards what it is that you most desire now. One thing is for sure though, the universe does want you to move in a direction of a greater understanding of prosperity, yes, so there's a practical element to this, but the prosperity doesn't have to be entirely practical. There is an emotional component to this as well. And the universe certainly wants you to move in a direction where you feel more accomplished, where you feel more successful. For some of you, this is going to mean the culmination of what you put into place 6 months ago. So if you think back to what was happening 6 months ago when there was a new moon in the same part of the sky, that should give you some clues into what is likely to culminate now. But for those of you, for others of you out there, this may not necessarily be the culmination of what's been taking place over the last 6 months, but might be even bigger because Saturn and Pluto are involved, and these planets are big, they are long term, and this could represent an important moment for you where you are moving towards the actualization of a goal that you've had for a really long time. It's a move towards power, and it's a move towards establishing yourself as somebody with power, however it is that you define that. And if you define that as having power over yourself, having the power of clarity to move yourself in a direction that you believe is in alignment with the higher purpose that you have for your life, that makes you that much more blessed to actually move in that direction and to actually experiencing yourself as being in the zone and in the flow towards greater success and towards the attainment of something that matters to you very much.